We haven't spoken since I started working on the album. I was never given any closure. I told myself without it, any chapter in your life can truly finish without being unbroken. I forced myself to get up and to mend the empty pieces, even though all of my wounds were open. I've come to the conclusion that you stopped trying a while ago, and I'm a fragile, hopeless poet. And I've accepted that I shouldn't waste another damn hour on this broken relationship. It's taking everything inside of me, cause I can feel it fighting back until it's paper thin. Before you click out of the song thinking it's another one of those, please just wait a minute. You may have done me wrong, but I understand we make mistakes. I'm here to say that you're forgiven. So please know that I moved on, and I hope you've done the same yourself. This is the last song about you, honestly wishing you're well. I've now realized not letting go's bad for your mental health. I've written all these pages, but there's no more room on this full shelf, so take this as a last goodbye. But before you go, just know that you've impacted my whole life so much that I cannot go back. But it wasn't all just negative memories. You certainly helped in bringing out the best in me, so thank you for that. I'm now a stronger person cause I've learned how to laugh at all the hardships that I used to face in the past. I'm focused on important things like helping give back. I write this music cause it's how I chose to impact the people who've been beaten to the point where they cracked. It's crazy that supporters have put me on the map. You weren't meant to see move on in those other tracks, and I apologize for that. Never wanted it to happen that way. At the end of the day, we should both just be happy. You and I were never meant to be, and honestly there's nothing wrong with that, it's fine to me. I found another girl and she's helped me mature. Over time she helps me keep my head up when I'm drowning in the ocean silence. I hope one day I reach the world, do my best provoking lives. That we should put the guns that shoot is meant for stars, not cutting lights out. This part of my life I can finally put to rest, and even though it's filled with pain, it was no less of an influence. It possibly helped me the best. When I asked to seem like you've been beaten by the stress. Everyone goes through rough patches in their life from time to time. We do our best to keep our heads held high when we're losing our minds. It's good to have support from people who relay, and who I kinda wish I knew that back when I was grieving over your absence in my life. To be truthful, I had resources, but instead I told myself that I should mourn alone. And oh man, I paid the price for being stubborn when approaching the problem that I had at heart. I regret all my choices. I'm not sure if you dealt with it ideally or not. Maybe you never dealt with it cause maybe you forgot. And if you did, I'd like to think the pain you suffered, it wasn't a whole lot. I won't lie, I still reminisce of when we were. It helps me cope with feelings that will still occur. I used to try relentlessly to make it blur, but I can use it to my advantage, the things that I endure. And hey, this song, it doesn't have to be a sad one. We did a lot of things and I'm so glad they happened. I think about the past and sometimes I start laughing. I'd rather not be hateful towards you or even frantic. Every past event, it wasn't all heartbreaking burden. It's a mixture of emotions, none of it was perfect. When I actually give it thought, I'd say that it was worth it. Cause I met a broken girl who I helped build some courage. May as well just lay everything on the line starting now. When we used to hang out, you would make it really hard to frown. And you might think I'm rambling, that's not the case. I'm marking down the things you did that made me smile with all my feelings pouring out. It's funny cause I still remember how you and I met. I went to the mall to meet your friend and you came with. I only saw you guys for a short time before you both had left. The sight of you had left me with a feeling that I won't forget. Whoa, it blows my mind that memories can have that kind of effect on you. You think about an old event and it will reflect on you. It doesn't have to be there, but it still will connect with you. The visuals, the dialect, it all comes right back to you. The feeling is real. No matter what emotion you will begin to feel, the darkness or the brightness of what you might remember still. They can be explicit to the point where they've killed. And technically we never said we were officially dating. The way we talked and how we acted made it pretty damn blatant. And maybe you don't count it, that's okay, I won't feel I'm hated. This was necessary so I wouldn't seem vacant. You were the perfect girl for me, but you and I weren't perfect for each other. And to put that all together was an immensely deep cutter. What we went through in this phase has changed the perspective of us both. It is done in many ways, but one that sticks out is to cope. And over time I've learned to swallow my pride. And I couldn't thank you, so I'll do it tonight. For everything, because it was a good ride. I needed that wake-up call to understand that real life, and that we don't get what we want and we won't win until we fought. But even if we win and fought, sometimes we don't get what we want, you get it? This letter's crazy long, I'm writing all of this for you in hopes I won't make future songs about what you and I went through. This topic strained my energy for what it seemed like centuries, but it won't get the best of me for any longer. Rest in peace. Why do I always get emotional? I try to keep composure, but these topics, they provoke it though. If love's a drug, I probably would have overdosed. One day I'll get myself together, that's what I'm hoping for. My final words for you would be that I wish all the power to you. You'd probably say the same to me, but I can only hope it's true. You meant a lot to me and I will always cherish that. I loved you most of all my exes, I'm okay with sharing that. And as I wrap this song up, I can only help but wonder if we could have made this work if we had met when we were younger.